this is so weird. I enabled face tracking for the first time and it kind of creeps me out. Does this make y'all dizzy? Like, I feel like it's kind of unnecessary when I'm sitting down. Hold on. I really love that I inspired Suki to start eating when I started filming because that food has been in that bowl for hours. Well, I've decided I'm just gonna film whenever I want to film. I think every time I'm called to talk to you guys, I'm just gonna add it in. I do plan on having a video out every week. That is the goal. It is Sunday. Every Sunday I go to church and go to lunch with my family. So I came home around 2-ish and I've been doing homework for the last 2.5 hours. Just finished up and I'm gonna be going to my cousin's to celebrate my grandmother and my mom's birthday a little bit late and also watch the Super Bowl. So I have about an hour and a half before I need to be there. So I decided I'm just gonna talk to you guys for a minute. With Valentine's Day coming up, I wanted this video to be more focused on relationships, whether that's friendships or romantically. I feel like there's a lot to be said about those things, and today's sermon was literally so perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my notes from church today because I feel like it could be really helpful to those who are... I'm getting a call. One sec. Alright, I got caught up in a phone call, but we're back. I'm actually outside my parents' house before we head over to my cousin's. I have about 10 minutes. So we just started a series on Song of Solomon. Most of today's message was highlighting relationships and proving that God's way is not only the right way, it is the way that works. It's not really as scary or off-putting as people are perceiving it to be. It is not a way to take the fun out of things or maybe to limit your experiences or what you think is supposed to happen, but to make it last longer. It's just to set you up for success in your relationships. And give you guys a little rundown. Number 1 on the order of attraction is spiritual attraction.
I think this is amazing
because I've actually noticed a shift in my own mindset along with the attention that I have received since fully focusing on my faith. I know that I've always been religious, but I haven't been the best at prioritizing my faith or really working on growing closer to God. I've really been working on that. My mental has been so much better. I definitely have noticed growth spiritually. I think it's also kind of poured onto others around me, and it's been bringing different relationships and opportunities to me that I don't think I would have found if I weren't so open and so willing. But that's enough about me. Spiritual attraction is the first thing you should look for when seeking a partner. I'm trying not to sound harsh, but being in a relationship with someone who is not willing to grow in their faith or work on themselves is not really going to work well in a relationship.
I don't know if I'm making sense. I might sound crazy, but
if someone can't work on themselves, doesn't care about their growth, and thinks that they're just good where they're at, they might think they're too good to work with someone else. It's a partnership. When there's two people in a relationship, both of you guys need to be willing to grow yourselves in order to make the relationship with both of you guys work.
And that's something I believe wholeheartedly, and I'm open to criticism, but that's just how I feel.
So for me as a Christian, what I'm looking for when it comes to spiritual attraction is someone who worships God with their heart, their soul, their mind, and their strength. Someone who is God-fearing, and someone that I can look up to as well. Someone that I can also learn and grow with. Not someone who's going to hold me down, hold me back, or stagger my growth.
That is the last thing that I need.
So your current or future partner, whoever that may be to you, should help you grow in your relationship with God and find your purpose and just be someone who has godly standards. Number 2, we have emotional attraction. When it comes to emotional attraction, we are talking speaking life onto them speaking life onto you, you valuing them valuing you. It is not a one-sided relationship. You should only be speaking good things about your partner and they should be doing the same as well. And there was a lot of examples that we had in church today. Regardless of it being a romantic relationship or not, if you speak life onto them, they become who you are speaking into them. You are giving them the confidence and no other option to be anything other than what you say they are. And that is what God is to you. God already knows who you are. God already gave you the tools to be who you're supposed to be. And it's just up to you how you use them. You don't just tell somebody something once and then just let them roll with it. Like, you gotta remind your partner that
they are beautiful, they are strong, that they are a child of God, that they are a hard worker, like anything and everything. Like, you should never just stop.
And I think that's something in relationships that a lot of people do. They put a ring on it, maybe. They get through the honeymoon phase and then they just stop showing up.
In my opinion, I think that is where marriages fall.
That energy needs to be constant and never ending. This is also something really interesting that PC touched on earlier. He was talking about how men and women like to hear different things. Women love to be told
how beautiful they are, how much you care about them, how much you love them.
And they just love to be listened to and really feel like you're there and you're just actually connecting with them. And men like to feel useful, and when they do something like mow the lawn or cook you food or clean the house, they want that.
You did really good.
Like, they need that. They need you to appreciate the things they do for you. And I think that goes both ways. I think there's bits and pieces there, but when you notice that someone does a good job at something, tell them. That does not matter if they're your romantic partner, anybody in your life. Let them know that they're doing good. Let them know that you're proud of them. Let them know that you see them, that you see what they're doing, and that it's not going unnoticed. That is the best thing you can do for someone. And tell people you love them constantly. Like, yeah, they know you love them, but like, tell them again. Let them know. It can't hurt. Let them know you love them, okay? Anyways, I'm running out of time here. I'm like waiting on my mom to get my car and she hasn't come out yet, but we're preaching. The last bullet on the emotional attraction was to think good thoughts about them. And I feel like that's a given. You should think good thoughts about your significant other, your friends, your family. Whenever something goes wrong, that's life, okay? You don't need to let that take over. But my mother's getting in my car, so I will be back. All right, so I'm back for the third time. My mom got my car. I went to my cousin's. We watched the Super Bowl. It was boring, to say the very least. But my cousin took on welding randomly, and I was like, do you know how to make a ring out of a spoon? So he went, grabbed a spoon, and literally just went to his garage and welded me a ring. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I had a great time with the fam. It's always a good time. You can probably tell that I'm exhausted. I've been laying on the couch. I don't care about football. I'm excited to shower and get ready for bed. Before I go to bed, I wanted to finish what I started and give y'all the third what? I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I like to think that I was on the third part because we covered spiritual attraction and emotional attraction. So the third part, which comes last, is physical attraction, which some people may get mixed up. I, myself,
have also gotten it mixed up.
Because physical attraction is not everything, and I also know myself and know that physical attraction actually builds more after I get to know the emotional and spiritual parts of someone. And sometimes I kind of put the physical first, and that's something that I've really tried to stay away from for the most part. It's pretty easy on my end, but I know that a lot of the relationships that I have given chances seem to be flipped, and I kind of didn't hold strong in what I believed in. So I'm really working on that part of me. Just because the other person thinks a certain way does not mean you have to give in to what their standards may be. It's okay to have your standards and for them to be different. Find someone who fits those standards. There should never be a situation where you feel like you have to lower them or change the order of which you want things to be done to be in a relationship. Most of the time it's not going to work out, but we grow up, we learn. I'm 22. There's a lot of more chapters of life that I need to read and learn from. So
we're getting there.
I really hope y'all are not looking at my dirty stove behind me, but if you are, I'm human. At least I cook, right? I feel like I can talk forever, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut myself off and leave you guys with this. We come to love not by finding the perfect person, but by loving the imperfect person perfectly. And that in itself is just enough. Okay, I guess I'll talk to y'all tomorrow because your girl needs to sleep. Good morning. It is Monday, think it's Monday. Yes, it's Monday. I talked to y'all last night. We're getting ready for the gym. We're about to hit some chest, tries, and shoulders, so we have a good push day coming up. I always promise I'll add my workouts in, so my friend Josh is gonna help me film some clips in the gym if it's not too crowded, of course, because if it's crowded, this is not happening. I am finishing up my oats right now. I have some strawberries, blueberries, and honey as the toppings. And my hair looks insane. It's been air drying all morning. If y'all didn't know, my hair is naturally curly, wavy. I don't know what this is, but I have mixed girl hair, so it surprises me every day. I really just wanted to check in and let y'all know what was going on. Now we'll cue the little montage. How did I get honey on my pants? Ugh! Heavier than I thought. Wait, what is it doing? Why is it
I'm 0.5 in your ass. Are you not gonna take your pump cover off?
Well, now I'm like paranoid because everyone knows we're recording.
They don't know. Bro did it in the least aesthetic way possible.
I'm gonna be real. I don't want to make anyone feel bad.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I'm not gonna do my normal weight.
Okay. Oh, you're moving it my way.
Just
cool.
for others.
Yeah. You look like that alien where it's like, Mom, I threw up.
I'm standing like this?
No.
Oh, you're not doing it. You're good. I'm sorry.
Just pretend we're not here, bro.
What'd you say?
I said, just pretend we're not here.
Even though we're like so obnoxiously in the way.
How about you do your set?
Alright, so we're done. That's all I do.
Oops. Who wants all back? Now just burn out.
Cut the cameras. This is not funny anymore. I am back. It is now 3:57. I got here around 1:20. It was a long workout, but it's because we were filming and chest days are always kind of long. But we got a good lift in. I didn't think I got much of a pump just because I was kind of cold for most of the lift, but we still got it done. We got it in and that's all that matters. I did realize I put on my big headphones and as soon as I got in there, they fall off every time I try to bench, so I immediately put my AirPods in, if you're wondering. I don't think anyone was, but it was gonna bother me if I didn't address it. I am starving and I have small group at 6:30, so I have about 2 hours before I need to be ready. I think I'm gonna grab something to eat. I'm really craving sushi, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. My bun is insane. There's 3 bobby pins hanging in there somewhere and they're not helping one bit. I will eventually do a mic'd up workout where I actually explain why I do things and have all the good fun parts of the gym, but for the sake of this video not being 10 hours long, I'm just gonna have it as a little montage. And that'll be a whole separate video for, I guess, my push, pull, and leg days. But we'll hold off on those until I figure out how to use this camera, because me and Josh were literally like accidentally spinning it completely around over and over again. And by me and Josh, I mean, it was just me. I don't know how. I'm still confused using this camera. All right, it's been a few hours. It is 8:24. I just got out of small group around 30 minutes ago. I've just been chilling here with Suki and Mochi. I will say the second day of small group went a lot smoother than the first. I was still anxious on the way. Honestly, my stomach was hurting so bad on the drive there. I didn't know if it was anxiety or the triple dipper that I may have consumed after the gym. In my defense, I did not want Chili's. My mom and my sister... Can you...
Calm down.
It was definitely my sister and my mom's idea, and they held me against my will.
But since we're there, I had to get the triple dipper, so.
They gave me 2 chips, although I asked for an apple.
I definitely paid for it in stomach pain while I sat on the floor at small group. I don't know what possessed me to sit on the floor this time, but I did. And I also had just hit triceps before. I was sitting on the ground like this and this. I didn't know that I would cramp up like that. So that was epic, but we made it through. Praise the Lord. But I figured I'd go ahead and share a little bit about what we talked about tonight. One of my favorite topics that we hit tonight was how much you're willing to give up for Christ, and when you give everything to Him is when you'll really see the changes in your life. And I
think that holds true.
100%. I have realized just recently, as I've given so much more to the Lord, I know it's hard to ever say that you're giving everything to the Lord, but I truly am trying my best to
give and give and give
and let Him take control. And I've just been noticing He's just been giving and giving and giving back so much life and joy, and it's just amazing to see things turn around the way they do, because it's a little bit scary to make jumps and to give up certain things in your life. There was this thing that this girl in our small group said tonight, and I really resonated with it, and it was her just really being scared of sacrificing her future, or for giving up her future, or the idea of the perfect future that she had in mind, and really just giving all to God and accepting what He has in store for her, because she knows it is more than twice as good as what she has planned. And I just think that is so real. I think that is definitely something a lot of people struggle with, as I do myself. I don't really know what my future looks like, and that's okay. I just know that it's good because it is God's plan. And there's a lot of things that happen along the way that aren't going to look so good or feel so good in the moment, but you just got to know that it is another step closer to the future that God has in store for you. And that is something I think everybody should keep in mind in order to keep the peace and not to crash out when any minor inconvenience or something doesn't go your way, because it's God's way, not yours. I thought that was very sweet. I'm so excited to get to know everyone in the small group a lot more, even though I definitely dipped out a few minutes after the message because I got a little, my social battery can only hold so much, but I am really working on it, and I'm so proud of myself for still going, especially with how I was feeling on the way, and especially proud of myself for reintroducing myself to the entire group again, because last week we had like 35 people in there. It was a little bit less this time, but one of the leaders was out sick, and she wanted us to reintroduce ourselves, so we had to say a fun fact about ourselves last week, and then this week we had to tell them what a career was or what we do for work or school, and that is something that I'm very not insecure about. I'm very proud and very happy about where I'm at, and I think it is an awesome job, and I'm living the dream, and I love it. But when it comes to explaining what I do, I just completely shut down because I fear judgment. But this is the last place I should fear judgment. It's just a little nerve-wracking when so many people around you are
in these higher up positions at their jobs, or they have like a government job, or they work for NASA, they're a freaking rocket scientist, they own a freaking boutique,
own a business or something cool like that, and then it gets to me and I'm just like, I'm a content creator and a student, and that's okay. That's fine. That's the best way I could put it. In reality, in my mind, I'm really like a whole bunch of things. I just didn't know how to explain that without sounding crazy. But yeah, like
I create content and I model for brands and I coach online. I'm a fitness influencer.
But it feels really cool. I love what I do, and it's amazing that I enjoy what I do and I can make money from it and support myself with it. But when you have to condense it in one title, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't sound very cool coming out. Like, I'm pretty sure my throat was closing up and I was like, content creator? Because nobody can make me say fitness influencer. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm yapping a lot. I know I keep on doing this, but I really love talking to you guys. I feel like we're really getting to know each other on YouTube. This is great. Let's keep the good vibes rolling. I feel like this is just a safe space here. My real ones are on my YouTube channel. I guess that means I should start getting ready for bed. I really need to catch up on some sleep because my ring is telling me that I am sleep deficient and that I have sleep debt. So I'm gonna try my best to get some good sleep so I have energy for my lift tomorrow and crafts and drafts tomorrow night with my friends, because my social battery needs to be recharged. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.